Welcome to KX News on the Go. I'm Chance Strickland. Operation Dry Water will be in effect this weekend on North Dakota lakes and rivers, according to the Game and Fish Department. It's part of a nationally coordinated effort to raise awareness about the dangers of boating under the influence. Its goal is to reduce the number of accidents and deaths because of alcohol on our state's waters. Operation Dry Weekend will run from the 4th through the 6th, and more wardens will be out on the water, making sure people are practicing safe boating practices and taking impaired boaters off the water. You may not think about it a lot in the summer, but it is still important. Tire pressure matters just as much as it does during the winter months. That's why it's National Tire Safety Week. It's an important reminder to protect what really matters to you, your family. So from now through the 4th, experts want you to put tire care at the top of your list, and they've made a handy-dandy acronym to help with that part, which stands for pressure, alignment, rotate, and tread. Breaking it down a little bit further, to check your tire pressure monthly, keep up on your alignments and tire rotations, and do not forget to inspect the tread on your tires.
Very important to have your tires properly inflated and proper tread, because it's the only part of the car that comes in contact with the roadway.
Also, tires don't last forever. If your vehicle is old or classic, make sure you get them checked out by a mechanic because they're not driven on a regular basis. The Transportation Security Administration, or TSA, says they are expecting to screen more than 18.5 million travelers during the upcoming July 4th holiday travel period. That'll run from July 1st through the 7th. TSA says its staff is ready, and they're reminding passengers to bring their real ID or other acceptable forms of identification to checkpoints nationwide. And as people make plans to get to a good view of the 4th of July parade, there are some changes happening to the folks in Mandan. So due to the current phase of the Memorial Highway reconstruction project, staging for the parade will take place along West Memorial Highway from 3rd Street Southeast to Mandan Avenue. As a result, there will be no public viewing of the parade along Memorial Highway. The road will close at 6 a.m. on July 4th and will remain closed for the duration of the parade, but access to businesses will remain open. Spectators are encouraged to find viewing spots along Main Street and surrounding areas designated for public access. In an email to KX News, Mayor Jim Froelich said, in part, quote, while this year's parade staging shift may temporarily impact some traditions, it's important to remember the spirit of the 4th in July in Mandan remains as strong as ever. Parade spectators and Mandan Rodeo Days attendees are encouraged to plan ahead and anticipate slower traffic when entering Mandan from Memorial Highway. Of course, alternate routes into Mandan are strongly encouraged to ensure timely arrival for the day's festivities. Now here's Andre with a quick check of your forecast.
Well, thank you so much, Chance. And looking at our current KXCAM network, we are starting our day out with very beautiful conditions all across the board. In Bismarck and Minot, it's looking very stunning, and even into Dickinson and Williston as well. And temperatures are in the 50s here in Dickinson and Williston, but however, here in Bismarck and in Minot, we are seeing those temperatures in Bismarck at 54 degrees and in Minot at 61 degrees. Now, as we head over into our current storm team radar, we're continuing to see those very beautiful skies all across our neck of the woods, and this is just going to continue throughout the day today. So if you want to go outside and do something, or if you're preparing for the 4th of July, it looks like things are looking pretty decent here. Now, looking at our current temperatures, our temperatures right now are mainly in the 50s, and we even have a 60 there in Medina at 60 degrees, and even some 40s, including there in Hettinger at 47 degrees. Now, as far as our winds coming out of the south at about 5 to 10 miles per hour, and this is going to really help increase those temperatures throughout the day today. And it's all influenced by this area of high pressure here, and this area of high pressure is going to continue to move its way towards the east, and that is going to allow for us to see those temperatures increase each and every day through our Thursday. Now, looking at our highs for today, are going to be in the mid to upper 80s and even low 90s potentially in some locations in our western areas, and these temperatures are going to be running about 5 to 15 degrees above normal, so you want to make sure that you're being safe out there throughout the day today. Now, once we get into tonight, we will see those temperatures drop on down into the 50s and 60s. So it's going to be quite a warm night in store for us here. So you make sure you have the air conditioner roaring. I already have mine going on at the house at this time. And here midweek, we will continue to see those temperatures increase further into the low to mid 90s on our Wednesday. So that's something to really keep in mind here. So again, make sure that you're staying safe outdoors. Take plenty of breaks. Stay cool, stay hydrated, and also check in on your neighbors. And that same thing goes on our Thursday with temperatures climbing up into the mid to potentially upper 90s. So that's something to really keep in mind. Now, looking here at our Thursday afternoon and evening, we're going to be watching for potentially maybe some strong to severe storms on our Thursday. And that is where we could see some damaging winds and hail. So that's something to really watch out for. So this could impact some traveling for the 4th of July. So you want to keep tuned in to the KX Storm team for the latest on this potential. Now, looking here in Williston, we will see those temperatures drop down into the 80s as we head into our Friday, and we could even see some natural fireworks on Friday. So that's something we're going to be paying close attention to. And then by the time we get into our Saturday, temperatures will drop down into the 70s, and that is slightly below normal for this time of year. So if you like the cooler weather, it looks like Saturday is going to be the best bet for that. And now, once we get into Dickinson, about a common trait here with those temperatures in the mid 80s for our Friday, and then upper 70s as we head into our Saturday. Now, looking here in the Magic City, we will start out in the upper 80s, right? But by the time we get into our Wednesday and Thursday, we're going to see those temperatures increase into the 90s and then into the 80s once we get into our Friday, cooling down a little bit here, and then going into the 70s as we head into the weekend, and then 80s by the time we get into our Monday. And that same thing goes for the capital city too, with those temperatures increasing through our Thursday. And then once we get into our Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we will see those temperatures drop back down. And then as we head into our Monday of next week, we will see those temperatures climb back up into the low 80s, which is around where we should be. And that's where we'll see those mainly sunny conditions too. So Chance, it looks like today and the next few days, it's going to be a sweltering one.
Thank you so much. All right, for everyone here at KX News, I am Chance Strickland. Have a great day.